Okay, welcome everybody. This is June 9th,
Hey guys,
2016.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Phoenix Power Rising Conference Call. I kind of dragged a little bit, so a lot of people dialing in. We got a bridge that's connected in. We're going to build up in, so making more room for dialing directly in. We appreciate those group leaders setting that up for their team, making room for more of you here. So, a lot to cover tonight. Wow. Big. One thing that you count on. Next Thursday it will always show up. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see where we are. Oh, there went. Just stopped 1 minute after. So we appreciate y'all being here, and I'd like to welcome all you new folks that are joining into the call here tonight. We are just shy of 1 million participants in Phoenix Power Rising. I can honestly say, welcome to the greatest opportunity on the internet. Folks, we did a soft launch a month and a half ago. We did an official launch on June 1st. And like I just said, we are just shy of 1 million participants in this. Give you a little bit of background as to where Phoenix Power Rising came from and my experience and background. Well, I introduced multi-level marketing very, very young. I turned 18 years old, and my dad took me to my first Amway meeting, and I learned how to draw circles on a whiteboard. And the rest is history. You all know how that company has come around. Boy, they are still out there selling their soap, and they've expanded their product line quite a bit. I do have to agree, though, they have quite the quality of their product. But now not only was my dad stocking laundry detergent on his side of the garage, but now I was stocking laundry detergent on my side of it. There was no room for the car to park and all the other junk that you put in your garage. Anyways, it's open to the concept, went on with jobs, 9 to 5 and such, and I was hitting my young adult, early years, and I said, this is not working for me, this is not working for me. And understand that I was exposed to a little different scenario than most folks. My grandfather started a business out of his garage, real young, and they lived they actually started back in Arkansas, but they moved out here to California, and they lived down in LA near LAX, and he was experienced with tooling and dyeing fasteners and such, and so he'd go over to these aerospace fastener companies that were manufacturing bolts and things like that, and he'd get the overflow, and they'd always hand him off a bucket or two, and he'd go home and press or thread or whatever machines he had back then in his garage, and he'd take them back, they'd pay him, and he'd bring more home and work. Well, needless to say, he said that's his niche, so he set up shop down there in LA, ended up having a second position up here in Ventura County area, California, and ended up having a business running for 50 years. But with all of us kids running around, we would go over to the shop, as we called it, see our family, grandparents, and uncles, and everybody else working there. And so we got to get a little feel that it wasn't strictly punch in the clock and punch the clock in 9 to 5 type setup. And even all the employees there, they'd always come up and be glad to see us, and they were really, really friendly, and it was really fun. Anyway, so with that being said, as I stated, I hit my young 20s, and I was sitting there watching the boom tube one night, and I see this commercial come on, Century 21, telling you to take your class to get a real estate license. which I did. I said, aha, that's it. So I being the only sole income earner, I worked a job that started earlier in the day. 7 o'clock in the morning, was out of there by 3 o'clock, which gave me prime time of the day to start calling and making appointments in the noon in the real estate office. Well, I get in there, hurrying to get to my desk to get my books open and make certain phone calls. And I'm sitting here looking around at everybody else who's even there, and they're fidgeting with files, and they're setting their stapler so it's just right and then straight. They're adjusting their name plates so it's just right and aligned, at the edge of their desk, and they're dusting things off and fidgeting with their suit tie, and people over at the water cooler, laughing and giggling and what have you, and I'm just like, seriously, really? You don't have anything to fidget unless you're actually stapling or you're actually using those files. Anyways, it was kind of interesting to see, and in no time, the year came and went, and sure enough, I was top producer in my very first year in my office. Didn't take very much with everybody's attitude is like that. Well, being in real estate, they're always looking for something else to do in between those escrows if they can get one going. And MLM was the top topic. Was the topic around the office. So I was all introduced to something or another, gifting, multi-level. I saw everything, folks. The Australian roll-ups, the 2x2s, the 2x3s, the binaries, you name it, we saw it all. And as I was actually motivated to actually reach these goals and these companies were saying you can do, I was actually buying these leads and literally sitting down and just calling one after the other. Remember now, I'm the sole income earner, so whatever I'm doing, I've got to do it. I've got to go for it and do it. And so these people who were choosing to join my team, they were joined one, they saw how hard I work. They thought, well, if she's working hard, she must be a winner. So they wanted to. In no time, I was in would make sure that handle and accommodate the way we put people in, making sure everybody qualified for all commissions and such. And the biggest kick I get out of was a simple little 2x2. It was $2,000 to get into, and sure, that's a tough one because it's expensive. But this guy designed it for new sale. He got at $2,000. People would like to see the big numbers on the cycling end, and didn't take into consideration how hard it might be to find those people. But with a 2x2, it's small enough, and they're thinking that they've got to be able to find people with that somewhere eventually over time. And as it seems to be, if you're not reaching your goals fast enough, people always, what's the next best thing? What's the flavor of the week? And so they left money on the table. Even $2,000, $4,000, whatever it was, they were leaving that money on the table. And this guy knew he was cleaning up shop. So here we come. As I stated, we're talking to him before we join, making sure he can accommodate the strategy we're using. And I said, understand, now we just put 2 underneath each person, making sure that everybody qualifies and gets through. That's going to cause us the cycle. I look back now and I just feel like they were all just rolling their eyes going, oh, right, yeah, another one, sure, big talk. And lo and behold, we get in this thing, and we're actually doing what we told them we were going to do. And he calls me up, it may have been a week, maybe 2 weeks, and he calls me up and he says, stop. Once he knew it was me, and he just says, stop. The first thing out of his mouth is just stop. You can't keep realizing is for the number of people we were bringing in, we were actually cycling, giving him more money faster than the people were walking away and never coming back to invite people to the program, which would bring more money to the table. You just didn't see it. My mass people guys, numbers guys, tried to show him how much money he was still making and even more with the number of people we were bringing to the table, and he just wouldn't have it. So obviously we can't continue on at that point, and we left. But folks, after all of this, I just shook my head and I said, "You got to be kidding me." So with experience of participating in all of these different plans, meeting all types of people in all walks of life, we got so tired of the rest, so we created the best. I'd like to introduce to you Phoenix Power Rising. It is a most exciting program. We've taken everyone into consideration, the workers, the skilled group leaders that have those high numbers of people who are following them, and those new people who need a little bit of help and experience under their belt to build the confidence. We've taken all of these into consideration for everyone to win. And look at this. You have fast cycling, 2x3 matrices, 100% retention, no sponsoring required to cycle or earn. Big cycling. People now that we've been in a month are seeing that with their own eyes. Big cycling commissions. Pay it forward features available. Pays daily, folks. We know you don't want to wait, so we pay you daily. Welcome International. And the international participants are welcome to participate here. State-of-the-art software and for complete automation, automatic reentry, so you will cycle over and over and over again. Now, what do you get? Everybody comes into the 120 level. It costs $120 to participate and get a position on that first matrix. It's a true follow your sponsor. So you're the person who invited you to participate. You will fall into his matrix. Now look what you get. Right off the bat, you earn credits once you purchase your position in the matrix. You earn credits for both text and banner ads. And you guys are getting smart. You're breaking up those credits. Instead of using all of your credits just for one ad, you can post 5 ads, 10 ads, whatever you choose to break up those credits for. And you guys are figuring out, and it's good to see you using that. Now these banner and text ads, check this out. The text ads are up on top of every page, not only what the public sees in the front, but for all the members behind in the members login back office. And the banner ads are down below, and I just want to make a note real quick for those of you who upload a banner ad, please make sure it is in the size proximity of what you see at the bottom of the pages. That any outside of size will be will be sent back to you. With that being said, you've got 1 million people who are going into this website, folks, every day and growing every day, looking at these banner and text ads. Now, drum roll, please, for the cherry on top of the sundae. You become a member of the shopping network. Folks, discounted products, because when you buy in volume, the merchants, distributors, wholesalers, they bring it down on a group discount, folks. And we're not just talking about travel. We're not just talking about this history. Folks, when you walk into a shopping mall, you see appliances, electronics, you see anything and everything, and you have access to all of this as members to the shopping network, Phoenix Power Shopping Network. Buyers Club, travel deals, discount dining, hotel, airlines, groceries, even groceries may not be in a shopping mall, but in Dolly World, don't we? Rental cars, rental cars, discount moving, legal counsel, flowers and gifts, motorhomes, business letters, online fitness, roadside service, tires and wheels, pharmacy cards, wellness, cars and homes, even boats. And listen to this: if you find an article, an ad that represents a product you purchased through Phoenix Power Rising Shopping Network, the company source that we are getting these great connections to and discounts from, they have been around for over 25 years. They know their contacts, and they have made these great relationships to get these excellent discounts. They will guarantee double the difference. If you find an article, an ad, somewhere where it's posted, documented, and you purchase that item, that same item, and you see it sold cheaper somewhere else, they will double the difference to you, folks. Excellent. Very, very exciting. And this will open up next week as well. The memberships will start being distributed. We will start issuing membership ID numbers and PIN numbers to each of you so that you will be able to officially register there and participate in those benefits. And it is specific to the U.S. that international associates, there's things in here that work for you all around the world. And I do know that the owner of the company that we are connected with, he is working with the contacts of these businesses to see if they won't consider going global. So you never know. They could go global, and more will have access to these benefits. Now, what you get for becoming a member of this shopping network, as I stated, you get this position on not only the advertising and the shopping network discounts, but you take a position on a 2x3 matrix. It's a true follow your sponsor. And the 120 level, everybody that joins it comes through level 1. There's no jumping ahead, buying into levels, the 500 level or the 2000 level. Everybody comes through the 120 level, following their sponsor. Now, as you heard me say, no sponsoring required. And look what happens. So when you look at your back office and you see your matrix, you are at the top of your matrix. But you're in the middle or in some place in someone else's matrix, middle, bottom, wherever. But what you see, because you make the funds off of your rows being filled. So whether it's still or you personally went and invited 2 people, look at your row 2. You just made $60. And that is yours right then and there. You do not fill the entire matrix before you get paid. You're getting paid along the way. And as I said, we pay daily, which will begin next week. I'll get into updates on all of those details here once I'm finished with the presentation. So these 2 positions get filled. However they're filled, you just made $60 and you see that in your back office right then and there. Now, either those 2 go and invite their 2 people, or more still comes in from above, whatever the case is. You're bringing people in now because you saw that $60 pop in your account. You got really excited. That row 4 gets filled. You just got another $90, folks. Now you paid $120 to get into this program, and now you have $150. There's $30 in profit that quickly. That's a 2x2 structure right there, and you're in $30 profit. Now, let's fill that third and last row of 8. Look what happens. However that fills again, still people below you working, you going to town, bringing in hundreds and hundreds of people, whatever the case is, that row of 8 gets filled, and look what you just received, another $150, for a total of $300, folks. Now, one of the things we've experienced over the years is the company couldn't wait to get their hands on those commissions you earned for all that hard work you did for cycling and filling your matrix or whatever the structure was. So you do not do that here. That $300 is yours. You can do with it whatever you choose to do. We do not charge you for reentry. That is on the company. When you cycle, you are awarded to re-enter your new matrix following your sponsor whenever the next available spot is there. So that $300 is you re-entered again, and you're filling your matrix again. And the people who fell in under your first matrix will cycle and come in and follow you as you followed your sponsor. And you do that over and over and over, creating 100% retention votes. We also know that, look, you're participating in these programs knowing that you need supplemental income if you have any income coming in at all. And so that $300 is solely for you. If you need to cycle twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, you do whatever. Maybe you just want to stay on the 120 level. It's totally up to you to decide what you wish to do. But for those who wish to upgrade to the $500 level 2, they will upgrade if their sponsor is already there. They will follow into the matrix under their sponsor. And look what we get there. On the row of 2, you just made $300, folks. And again, that row of 4 fills in. Now you just received $450. And again, this is going into your matrix as these rows are filling. Understand that. And these commissions are paid out daily. So now you paid $500 to come into the $500 level 2. You just made $750 filling a 2x2 matrix, right like that. Now these are 2x3, so let's go fill this row of 8. However it ends up filling, look what you just earned, $750, folks, for a whopping total of $1,500. And you are automatically re-entered upon cycling, following your sponsor, with all these folks coming in, following their sponsor as well. And again, no more cost taken out of your commission. You can cycle. Now you've got a position on the 120 level, and you have a position on the $500 level. And you can stay there as long as you wish, just cycling over and over, making $300 and $1,500 as many times as you wish. Now, ultimately, you may choose to upgrade to the $2,000 level, level 3. Let's take a look and see what you get there. On row 2, look what you got, $1,500, folks. This fulfilled to $1,500. Now, let's fill that row of 4. Look what you have there. $2,250, folks. That is big. You now are in complete profit all the way across the board in all 3 levels. But we have another level here. What happens when we fill the row of 8? Folks, $3,750. You had those 3 rows up. You just got $7,500, folks. And guess what? That's right. Automatic re-entry upon cycle, following your sponsor. Now, that was perfect scenario. Let's throw in a couple of caveats here. Let's say you're ready to upgrade. You're zipping along, you're working, and you're ready to upgrade. You want to upgrade. Now, we are big about communication here. So you talk to your sponsor, activated yet, and you're telling him, I'm ready to go. He says, okay, go ahead. Accept. I'm not ready to go yet. Or he may be, and you let him get positioned before you come, whatever the case is. They'll say he's not quite ready to go yet. So you will find his sponsor or the next available person up his level, up his genealogy leg, well, and you will land in that matrix. Now, your sponsor does not lose you. When your sponsor ultimately decides to upgrade, he's in his matrix under his sponsor or nearest person upline to him. Guess what? When you cycle out of the matrix you're in, you will find your sponsor, and you fall in underneath him. You guys reconnect, and that happens all the way across the board. Here's a really fun scenario. I've seen some people respond. Let's say you come in and you're cruising along, you're doing okay, but you bring in a live wire. You bring in this person who's just going ballistic, and he's over on your left side. He fills in his matrix real quick and he cycles. Guess what? Your right side is still open, so you haven't cycled yet. Guess what he does? He comes over on the right side, and the next available spot, he fills it again, and probably causing your matrix to fill and cycle too. So it's kind of fun to see people having a lot of fun with this. Like I said, they're small 2x3s. You're getting paid along the way, so it's really fun. It's really fun. Now, let's go to the scenario where we have some new people in the industry and not so experienced, let's say, not sure how to get started. We've got a lot of resources here on our website in the members back office. We have a complete promotional center. We have a source where you can order leads and do capture pages, splash pages, different sources of advertising, and it's all right there at your fingertips. And he's easily accessible. He has his own website, contact information for you to reach him and whatnot. Okay, now we have these people coming in and they're not quite sure how to go about this. Well, not to worry. Again, as I said, you do not need to sponsor to earn money here. Very easily, we have built in, I'm sorry, very easily, I don't know why I said that. Very simply, we have a benefit that we call the Pay It Forward pool. And what this Pay It Forward pool is about, it's set up for the company. Everybody who comes in enrolls for free. Enrolling, registering, doesn't cost you anything. And so everybody, as they're coming through, they're going into that Pay It Forward pool until they pay that $120 position to access the membership to the shopping network and getting those ad credits. And some people take a little bit longer than others. Most of you will have sponsors who've accumulated enough commissions where they may do a Pay It Forward. For those of you who've been in this past month and a half now, you notice when you look at your downline, to the right of their name, it has a Pay It Forward button. So you click on that button and voila, uses available balance in your e-wallet to pay it forward for that person. And it's done. Some of you are capable and ready and able to simply pay for your own $120 position on your own. That way you stay with your sponsor, the person who has invited you. For others who might be responding to advertising or whatever the case is, they're going into they're registering, they're in this Pay It Forward pool, and nobody's contacted them, nobody's followed up. And that's something else, you guys. This is more of Donald's field, but I just want you guys who are ordering those co-ops and those leads and those advertising, everything that he produces has, you can see the results of your advertising. You can see who's responded. You get that information so you can contact those people. You know who those people are, and it's up to you to contact them and follow through with them. So if these people are responding to these ads and they're saying, yeah, I want to register, and they could register under your link, but if you don't contact them and find out what their plans are, what their situation is, the company could pick. And here is where we go here, folks. This is the benefit for those slower moving folks that are newer to the program. The pay it forward pool and are still in there paying for their position, their products, and membership. Every time some cycle, doesn't matter if someone cycles, the company pays for 2 people to come out of that pay it forward pool. And now they are the wild cards to the company. So the company then looks to see where the oldest uncycled matrix is and places them in that oldest uncycled matrix. And those wild cards go into that matrix until that matrix is cycled. And then they move on to the next one and the next one. And I'm telling you, we officially get this thing up and running in full speed. Guaranteed matrices on cycles that are more than 2 or 3 hours old. I giggle and I laugh. I said, you're not going to see any matrices sitting in there for more than 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours. And I don't think I'm joking. I don't think that's sarcasm. So we've got great leaders here. They are causing so many people to cycle. There's people cycling every day. And how can you avoid it? You have 1 million people in this program, folks. Every time someone cycles, the company picks 2 of those people sitting there who have registered, who are sitting there waiting to figure out how to pay for their position. And of course, it's first come, first served. The next 2 people in line get picked up as wild cards, and they are placed over in the matrix. One thing I want to make really clear: if someone who sponsored those people, understand you lose the sponsorship to those people. As I tried to make very clear, they become the wild card property of the corporation to help those slower moving matrices to cycle. So whoever did the work to bring those people in, you did not get credit for it because you did not help them, guide them, make sure they were ready to pay for those positions before they registered. But that's okay. They're in the program and they are cruising and moving right along. Okay. Want to point something else out. We have what we call sponsor bonus. Oh my goodness. You guys are starting to see that kick in and you're like, you're kidding me. Why did we have the patron angel for so long? And some of you wanted me to extend it, but now we have this sponsor bonus, and some of you are seeing the benefits of this sponsor bonus. And folks, again, we are just getting things started, and all of you are going to see the fabulous benefits of that sponsor bonus. Folks, that sponsor bonus is a reflection of your people in your downline. Everything that you do, your downline does. On the 120 level, let's start there. On the 120 level, everything your downline does, 10 generation levels deep, as long as they're connected to you through your downline, 10% folks, 10%. So those numbers we just went through, 60, 90, 150, you figure 10% of all of those people in that 10 generation level steep into your account. Now, what happens on the 500 level? Numbers get bigger, folks. Remember those numbers on each of those rows in the 500 level, 300, 450, 750. You're getting 5%, folks, 5%. That is some pretty chunky money on everyone in your downline, your genealogy levels, 10 levels deep. Your genealogy connections, 10 levels deep, folks. Everything they make, you're getting 5% off. Your spouse and all, you guys love your people up with you. 1,500, 2,250, 3,750. Again, you're getting a piece of folks. It's bigger than the cycling fees on the $2,000 level, folks. You add this up on all three of these. Do the math levels. Do hypothetical. Just do the math as if you had genealogy going down 10 levels deep. And then do the numbers in between to see what it adds up to. You can see those numbers add up to more than what you're making in cycling, folks. And I told you that when the Patriot Angel went away, when we turned on all of the bells and whistles, I said you had not seen anything yet. Now you guys are starting to see this, and it's pretty darn exciting. Look, we know these companies, these programs, they design these programs, and they're unscrupulous people. They built these programs hoping it would fail. It's just ridiculous. And I worked so hard myself, speaking for myself, and I know a lot of you have over the years. And I said, this is crazy. Why would one work so hard only to get beat up, shoot up, and spit out on the street and laughed at? And the owners are sitting there with all the money in their coffers telling you you didn't deserve it. They're doing one thing or another, telling you you're not qualified. It's ridiculous. And so I took all of the complications out of these compensation plans, these levels here. Folks, we went back to 1 + 1 = 2. And we took the trigonometry, the calculus, and everything else out of this, and made it really transparent. If you jump in here, nothing's going to split midstream on you. Nothing's going to jump up and try to take your money away at you. No. What you see on these charts is what you're going to get, plus the sponsor bonuses. So folks, work hard, either talking to your own groups, people you've known for years, or mark leads, doing stuff like that. It behooves you to make sure these people have their 120s. Make sure they have their 120 ready to go when you're bringing it onto the table. Either you got it when you pay it forward for them, or they have it and they're ready to pay for their position so that you do not lose them and lose that potential sponsor bonus, folks. We want all of these commissions to come back to you. Okay, that is basically it in a nutshell. As I stated earlier, we pay daily. We know people came into these programs looking for supplemental income. And so we don't wait a month, we don't wait a week, 2 weeks, a week. Folks, if you have commissions in your back office, you can put up a request, and those commissions requests will be honored daily. Now, they have not paid out as of yet. Let's get into some housekeeping here a little bit. Catch everybody up on what's going on. We launched, and we had an angel, patron angel go through, and we were getting everything set up, and getting things set to go. There was delays on my end as to putting funds in place to these payment processors. And then as we were getting everything in place to switch over to all the bells and whistles as to how Phoenix Power Rising works, we got hacked. We got hacked. And we didn't say longer. Now, two things have been happening. This hacker has gotten access. I want to assure you right now, the governor had this week. He has given me the thumbs up. I didn't want to move the money back into your accounts before the security and restrictions have been updated and is safe and secure. What's the point if they can go right back in and pull it out again? So today I was given the thumbs up. I can start getting those funds back into their appropriate accounts, and you'll see that going on. And the other thing is people registered under sponsors and ended up in someone else's matrix. Now we are correcting all of those. We've put forms up. If you go to the news and updates link there, website there, you click on menu in the right top corner, and you'll see added items on the menu there. One is put my money back and missing associate. The other is missing associate. So what we need you to do is put my money back. If you go into your withdrawal history, you can see who's taken your money and how much, and it includes timestamps and date stamps and all of that. We tested it. It works. You can simply copy and paste. If you know how to do that, or to get someone to help you out, I hate to see you actually typing that all out line by line, word by word. The easiest thing to do would be to copy and paste that into that form, and then we will take that information and get those funds back to you. On the missing people, listen to me very carefully here, folks. On the missing people, we will fix at the profiles and where those people are supposed to go based on what you are telling us. But they will not move. I cannot move them. It is not in the programming for us to be able to move them. The only way for them to be repositioned underneath you immediately is if they register. And understand, our patron angels are gone. There's no access to our patron angel any longer at this point. He has done everything he is going to do. So you've got to think about that. But here's what will happen. We will correct the information in that person's back office. What the program is programmed to do is once that person cycles, then they will come back in under your matrix. You will see them back in your direct referrals list, and you will see all of that back into play. We have fixed the duplicate problem where people were registering and getting duplicate accounts. We had a ton of people with just abusive registration, and all of those people are gone. And the way it's now set up, it cannot ever happen again. Excited to say. So there's been a lot of housekeeping, a little bit more work to do, folks, but I do want you to know that the site is safe, and we do have a security certificate attached to it now as well, as the script has been updated and secured. You are safe now, folks. And let me just say something else to you. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going around. Someone got a video going viral that he's able to take funds out of your account or someone's randomly picked account and then go take money out of Payza. Folks, Payza has been around forever. They were alert pay before that. But my gosh, I can't even remember going how far back I need to go to know when Payza / alert pay was not around. They are safe. They are secure. Nobody is going to be able to hack into your Payza account. Let me assure you of that. The video shows specific dates, and I went and looked at accounts. Of course, they say it's a random account, so with you guys having a million accounts, it's kind of hard for me to find it. But I don't know what account the Payza account they think they're pulling it out of, because it wasn't mine. We just set up this account to start up for Phoenix, and the date that they're using as they pulled out of the Payza account, these funds that forced the withdrawal at a Payza account. It wasn't my account. There was nothing there affecting that. Anybody who's been in this industry for any length of time knows Payza have been around, and they are safe and secure and tight. So, with that being said, now, there was a couple of issues. I have been just in a whirlwind trying to find additional processors, because some of our international folks are telling us that Payza is not available in their countries. So we were introduced, thank you, Pete, introduced me to SFM prepaid cards. Miscommunication, more misunderstanding on my part than anybody else's. I was in a whirlwind thinking I wanted a virtual bank processor. They were going to provide some services that were going to simplify me paying commissions out to all of you. So I was introduced to SFM prepaid during this whirlwind of talking to all of these virtual bankers and such. The way they were brought to me, I just thought it was another virtual bank. And so I just put them under the umbrella as another virtual bank, and then I took all of my information after talking to the three of them, took my information to my core group that I throw things around with for advice, and one that's experienced in banking, she said, no, before I could even get anything out, I said, virtual banking. She said, no. She didn't even know who we've been talking about, what we've been told. She just absolutely shut it down. She says, first of all, virtual banking has such low limits, which I could agree with her based on what we have seen thus far. And the other thing is, she says they're not FDIC insured. And I said, oh, I wondered about that. And unfortunately, I put SFM in that category at this point. I was just kind of dragging my feet, thinking I really didn't want to deal with virtual bank. Well, when I was able to come up for some air, I went back and talked to the owner about SFM, and the first thing he did was clarify they are not a virtual bank. They are another payment processor, just like Payza, Payoneer, PayQuicker, iPayout, any of those other companies. What we found was this SFM prepaid definitely is one of the highest limits available out there. And he's got over 16 years relationship with banks that he's anchored with, two, one being domestic and the other being international. TAB, I don't remember exactly what TAB stands for, Technical Aid Bank or something like that, but they're based out of Utah, and everybody recognizes the name Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank represents the international side card. A lot of you have, I apologize for the miscommunication. We took the information off the website once I had that conversation with the owner, put it back on. You all see it. It's back up, available to all. And talking to to the owner, he says you realize over 1,000 people have already registered. So you don't need to pay anything upfront for that card, and it's the fee for that is $5 for domestic, and it is $25 for internationals. You're not paying for it out of pocket when we load the card the first time around. That's where these costs come off for the cost of the cards. So you are getting those immediately. They are, once you register, those are being mailed out to you right away. For you international folks on the SFM side, hang tight. We're going to have an international application up there for you real soon. I was hoping I'd see it here today, but we ran out of hours. It just happens real fast around here. So a real quick recap for those of you who haven't seen the messages. We left messages in the message center for you. We posted updates on the news and update sites, letting you know about the new pages. And folks, come on. I went in there to kind of scan through to see what you guys are putting in there. This is not a place for your support tickets. I simply need to know if money was moved unauthorized from you. And if so, show me the transaction there. If someone is missing from your downline, you have to complete the information we're asking for there, and we will go search for that person. If you sit there and you tell us this person is not your matrix because you cycled and they're still in the previous matrix, that message will be deleted and not dealt with, folks. You know how this works. If you cycle off and you go follow your matrix, the people below you are still filling their matrix. They will come up below you when they cycle their matrix. That's why when I describe the compensation, you cycle off and go follow your sponsor because he cycled off first. And so that's how that works. Come on, don't be silly and creating a lot more work. Let me tell you this. We need you to get a little more organized, try to be a little more efficient, because here's the deal. I need to get these monies returned to the rightful owner before we cut commissions loose. Okay, guys? So if you pay attention to what you are actually sending in and have it be specific to what we are asking for and not convoluting the issue, that will help us get commissions out to you faster. Okay? If you want commissions, we know it, and we want to give them to you. We've now got the programming. The script is safe and secure. We're going to start moving these back to you, what you're due. We're going to correct people who are misplaced in the matrix, and we will respond if the people that you send over to us are not even in the system. Those people need to be entered, and just understand the benefit. Oops, almost said it. The patron angel is gone. Okay, folks, the patron angel is gone. So if these people that we search for when we get to your post there and they are not there, we will let you know that they are not there, and you can decide if you choose to re-register them in knowing that you've got to pay for them or they have to pay for themselves. Just make that real clear. Okay, folks? There's no other way to handle moving people or recreating positions for these people. Those matrices are filled as they fill, and it is what it is. Okay. If we leave it any other options, people started using our generosity and I fought over this, trust me, for a couple of days talking to my advisory board, and they know what I wanted to do, but seeing what happened here this week,
Looks like we got a train coming.
People will get crazy on us. And this is the only way to get this taken care of and get it done right. So, know that I'm going to be working on getting these postings you guys sent in corrected, if that's possible. And there wasn't going to be too many because they're humans and they're trying to have fun. And spend hours and hours and hours in there, and it's going to be too much fun. So they didn't get too far. And we're hoping that with my team we should be able to get this done pretty quickly. I can say confidently, let's just give you a date. Anyway, I'm going to say safely, I will be able to report to you on Monday night's call. For sure, we'll know more where we're at. But I feel confident, conservative, saying by Wednesday of next week. I feel good about telling you that we'll be able to start cutting those conditions loose. So let's get this thing going. And people are paying through Payza. We have checks coming in. So people are coming in and folks are cycling, causing these people to come through the pay it forward queue. I would be in touch with these people that you're marketing to or talking to and make sure you know where they are and what their intentions are. Because now we've been kind of in this pending queue waiting for the programmer to do his thing. Now he's given me a thumbs up to go forward. And today, so folks, we're going to see this really start moving on. Locomotive speed here. And people start cycling. We're picking up the next two. And right now there's a whole list that are qualified to be picked up. There's a big list of people that are qualified to be picked up by corporate. And you understand, folks, some of these matrices that I put a wild card into will cause someone else to cycle, picking up two more. I have seen ripple effects, the domino effect. One guy cycles, goes into the matrix where his sponsor is, he causes that matrix to cycle, causing the next matrix to cycle, I've seen 4 matrices cycle with one person going into a matrix. So, just do the math. 4 cycles, that's 8 people coming out of the pay it forward pool, which means more people cycling, which is exciting. People are going to be constantly moving here all the time. So I hope I cleared that up for you and made that really clear so you guys don't have your people being left behind there. And you're missing out on your folks. That sponsor bonus, you may not really appreciate it until you experience it. But those that are experiencing it over this past couple of weeks, yes, it's been a little slower because of the programming and things that are in place. But they're still experiencing it, and they're saying, holy cow. Like I told you, the responses to me are, this is bigger than the cycling bus. I said, I told you. Okay, so, folks in concern of time, what we are going to do here from this point forward, there's so much going on. I realize this may be unique tonight because of everything that we've been through with programmers, the hackers, the forms being uploaded there to the site. Just a lot going on that we had to cover. I went about an hour so far. But we had some of the group leaders take questions from their groups so that we can still have kind of a Q&A session here. I don't want to shortcut you on that. And these questions pertain to the things that are occurring right now. So I'm going to run through some of these questions and answer them for all of you, and hopefully it will address some of the questions you all have. I'm sure they will. Okay, so bear with me if I read the question as it's posted there. Terry, I know this is a big undertaking, and I can hear and feel how much work to put into this. The first question will be, due to the challenges with the programming, and we know that happens to many companies, you are not the only one, but would you not suggest that we close the site for a few days to let you fix the issues, or is it not necessary? Okay, I think I addressed that in my presentation here tonight. We've been working behind the scenes every single day while you guys have been doing what you do. And as I stated, the programmer has given me the thumbs up. If I am safe to move money back to your accounts, folks, the site is safe for you to go full speed ahead. So hopefully I've addressed that question, and there's no need to take the site down. We are moving ahead. Second question is, we noticed the iCare card link is no longer available, but a new link for a new card is there. Is the SFM card the only prepaid card option? Folks, I'm glad this question came up. I just want to be transparent with y'all. The iCare card, it was exciting. Someone brought this to my attention and introduced me directly to the owner of the company, as it was the first one that we were introduced to, so it was all exciting. And as I became more and more aware of the iCare card services and benefits and features, iCare card only serves the United States. We are international, and I just had some other issues that weren't really easily functioning for me personally. And if they weren't functionally user-friendly, let's put it that way, for me, I know that a lot of you may be experiencing issues as well. And instead of having a situation that generates more support tickets than helps us, I decided that PISA and the SFN card at this time are the best options for Phoenix Tower Rising. They're both international friendly, and they are much more user friendly, and I think you're going to see what the use and enjoy it more. And the limits of SFM card are so favorable, folks. So favorable. Just uncomparable. Truly uncomparable. So you are truly going to be ecstatic. And this company is, been around. They're not new, and they know what they're doing. They have their relationships. And over 16 years been around. So, correct. iCare card is no longer going to be accepted as a processor with Phoenix Tower Rising. So right now we are simply going with PISA and the SFM prepaid cards. Okay, number 3. Are purchases and withdrawals going to be done with same payment processors? For example, the SFM card pays a cashier's check money order for purchases and company checks for withdrawals. This is exactly correct. She couldn't have put that together anymore perfectly. Let me repeat this again, folks, in case you missed. This is so correct, and this is something I wanted to cover as well, and she is covering it here. Her group is covering it. Are purchases and withdrawals going to be done with the same payment processors? For example, the SFN card, Payza, cashier's checks and money orders for purchases, company checks for withdrawals. Yes, that is exactly how we're moving forward to handle all of those circumstances. Number 4, I am not sure how the leaders of other teams have handled their business here, but I know my team has not spent a penny to join your business, and they are not complaining for the delays in starting to get paid. They know it is a huge job, so I do not worry about my reputation like some people say, because as always I said, I pray this works, but if it doesn't, we only will have lost time that may become minuscule when this program starts paying. The comp plan is tremendous and the products are amazing, but we need to know what is the estimated time you expect this to start paying. This program gave a lot of hope to people, and hope is still here to see you succeed. I covered that in my presentation. Just to recap, to answer that question, probably by Wednesday. I feel good about Wednesday next week. Number 5, could you explain to us the status of the patron angel and paying for everyone? Covered that one too. Actually, I have my outline together based on these questions. I'm just kidding. Patron angel is gone, so here for a month and most of it, and we finally wrapped it up last Friday night at midnight Eastern time, and everybody got the next couple of days, and you guys did amazing. You guys did fabulously. So they are done. They are gone, and right now, those folks that are registering, I know I've said it, I want to be sure you guys understand the patron angel is gone. So anyone who comes to the table either needs someone to pay it forward for them, or they need to know they've got to pay for themselves. Otherwise, the company will pick them up and count wild cards to the company from that point. You do not want to miss out on that sponsor bonus on anyone. If you're doing the effort, taking the effort to invite people to this program, you need to make sure that their 120 is paid one way or another. I assure you, that sponsor bonus is nothing to take lightly. Number 6, if I understand, after the company found out about the hackers, all the funds were reversed to make sure no one has any commissions stolen from us. That was a good thing to reverse all, as we never know. Now, would you suggest us to go back into our back office, go to our file, and change our password often? Or did your new IT team take care of this issue with the same usernames? How is that progressing? Okay, there's 3 parts in this question here.
Well, I think we've got about all here.
The first part,
Thank you for viewing, and I'll make my information available if you need more. Have a great day.